Alright guys, here's what's on the bench today. This is an Ibanez, and this is the Ibanez Premium. This is an RG920 QMZ. Pretty sure the QMZ stands for quilted maple. And I purchased this guitar earlier in the week, and so now I have to just get it all ready for resale. And so let's take a good look at this. It's got the Ibanez DiMarzio IBZ Ibanez pickups in it, 24 fret, but it's really dirty. If I get under here, I'm not seeing too much fret wear, but there's a lot of dirt on this thing. And so that's kind of one of my specialties is buying something like this that looks pretty sad right now, but this thing has this thing has great possibilities to become a great guitar. Proudly manufactured by Ibanez. And what is this? A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-piece neck. Maybe this is the wizard neck. I see it's got the adjustable claw and everything back there. Oh, this is to get into the barrel jack if for some reason your barrel jack's not working. We'll take this back plate off. We'll get a good look at this, and we're definitely going to really shine it up and polish it to get all the dirt and everything off of it. So help me out, guys. Let's get started. Here we go. Okay, so fortunately in the case it did have the arm in it. So we have the arm for it. And it's full floating. Let's plug it in. Sometimes this is the scary part. Let's plug it in and test on the electronics. Ooh, we're off to a good start. Little scratchiness there in that 5-way. Yeah, this is kind of a high-end guitar. I like how it sounds already. Pickups are nice and loud. It sounds aggressive, even with these old strings on it. Okay, so we've got a floating Floyd here, so I'm going to take an eraser and lay it underneath here and see if it'll kind of keep this thing propped up. There we go. There we go. That sets nice and flat. So I use these erasers a lot of times. Kind of keep this from falling. So now I can go ahead and with my Ernie Ball power peg quill, let's loosen the strings. And we can snip them after we loosen them. And so now with that eraser down underneath there, it's keeping the whole thing from falling. There's also this trem block, but it's for some bridges it works well, not for all of them. So we're going to get in here and loosen up this. There we go, and pull the string out. And then I'm going to tighten it back down a little bit to keep that little part from falling out. There we go. Get those babies out of there. There we go. Now those won't fall out, and it gives me time to shine this thing up and do some cleaning. So the fretboard is what really needs to get done here. And so I'm going to put some F1 oil on it. And it's going to help to loosen some of this dirt. And I'm just going to kind of let it soak for a while. Using kind of a lot. Then I have a sponge over here that I kind of use as an F1 oil applicator. Let's just let that soak in there. Now I know I'm sounding like Bob Ross when I say that. Let's just let that soak in there though. And then I'll start hitting that with some paper towels and stuff. Okay, so I'm just going to use a paper towel to try to get the top layer of dust off. This guitar is going to be a pretty looking guitar. There's some guys and all they want are blue guitars. Some guys love green guitars, right? But we all have our favorite colors. And there's that old joke, if you keep buying the same color guitar, your wife's not going to be able to tell the difference, and you can just have a whole bunch of them. Because every time you walk around with a green guitar, it could be an Ibanez or a Strat or whatever, and she will never notice, and you can kind of, it's one of those running jokes, right? Okay, so now let's wipe on this and see how much of this dirt we can get out of this fretboard. Some guys, they play their guitar and they don't wash their hands before they play. And it really is kind of gross. And it kills your strings. That didn't do much. I'm going to apply a little bit more. There we go. Now let me grab an old shop rag. Okay. Okay, that's in there. I like how the inlay markers are up on the top. Okay, also I have a Ibanez Premium Gem made in Indonesia that is here in this shop. And I think if you look way back, I've had it a long time, if you look way back in my videos, there's a video of me restringing the Ibanez Gem Premium. So there's no binding on this fretboard. And I'm tempted to go along here and just sort of hit the edges a little bit. Because it's really dark, so I'm going to do that. Let me just hit and scrape along the edge here. Just real quick and easy. I'm just trying to get dirt off of it. I'm not trying to roll the edge or anything like that. I was just trying to get some dirt off of there. There we go, that looks good. Do this side. There we go, that did a little something, that kind of helped. Alright, let's do some D'Addario lemon oil. A little bit of that on. Because I need this fretboard to be nice and clean and look gorgeous. Because that's what sells a guitar. And that's what I'm able to do with, you know, just a little bit of effort. We can really make this neck look nice. Because this is a used guitar shop that I own. And you need your inventory to look good. A lot of people come in and they're shocked when I tell them that all my inventory are used guitars. And they're shocked because they say, oh, everything looks perfect. So I do my very best to really shine these babies up. And the used guitar market, it kind of works if you would compare it to, as far as making money and trying to stay in business, I do much better selling used guitars than I would if I ordered a bunch of brand new stuff from Fender or wherever, Ibanez or whatever. There's not much markup, and you're competing against Guitar Center, and so it's tough to make a living at it if you're gonna, you know, focus on new guitars and focus on competing with Guitar Center or Amazon or, you know, any of the online stuff. There we go. Got some of the dirt off of it. Alright guys, so here, let me turn this light on here too. But here, I'm going to bring you in and let you look at these frets now. I have them all shined up. I took my buffing wheel to it for a minute, and then I cleaned all the buffing compound off of it. And of course I got my light on so it looks all nice and shiny. But I don't see any fret wear on any of these frets. So yeah, and I was able to get everything off the fretboard as far as all the old dirt and his old DNA and everything that was on this fretboard. So it's all shined up. Now let's just clean the body up a little bit and we can throw strings on it. Okay guys, so this thing is all shined up and it turned out real good. It's got one little ding right here on the bottom of this edge right here. But we're going to put strings on it now. So today's string choice. Roll the jingle. Today's string choice. Fender. Original 150s. Pure nickel wound. 10 through 46. This guitar had 10 gauge strings on it. So it should be an easy string as far as not having to do too much other adjustments. Let's see what happens here. Fender strings. Fender.com. This says copyright 2017, made in USA. I think Dario makes their strings for them now. If it was my guitar, I probably would have put 9s on it. But this guitar is, I'm trying to resell it, right? And so I'm going to try to sort of make it more universal appealing, right? Everybody's going to kind of like it with a set of 10s on it. There's a lot of times where I'll put a guitar in E-flat tuning and guys will come in and play it, and they'll immediately start tuning on it. And even with a locking nut, they'll still tuning. I'm like, bro, that's got a locking nut on it. And I have it tuned to half step down, and they're like, oh man, I'm sorry. So, you know, there's those reasons that you want to just leave everything in standard tuning. But there's so many bands and so many albums nowadays, especially, that are not in standard tuning. Especially if you had a keyboard player in the band. So old classic rock bands that had keyboard players like, you know, Kansas and Styx and Journey and all that kind of stuff, they would usually stay in standard tuning just for the keyboards. And if you see a bar band that has a keyboard player, which is getting very unlikely these days, not a lot of keyboard players out there. But if you see a bar band and they have a keyboard player, 99% of the time, that band is in standard tuning. But some of those older bands from the 70s that didn't have a keyboard player, like Thin Lizzy, that whole album, The Boys Are Back in Town, and Jailbreak, those guys were a half step down. And so that's really unusual, and that's it kind of made it hard for the bar bands that were trying to learn how to play Thin Lizzy songs. You tried to play along with the record or the cassette, and they were a half step down. You had no idea what was going on with the tuning. I remember in the early 80s when Motley Crue was so big, and we tried to cover some Motley Crue songs, and we just couldn't do it. We had no idea that they were a full step down. And that's what made Motley sound very unique. First time we heard Livewire, and Tommy's playing that double kick pedal, and they're tuned a whole full step down. That was pretty revolutionary. Okay, hold on. This one's messing with me a little bit here. Thing's kind of stuck in there. What can I use to move that around a little bit? There it goes. Yeah, but Motley Crue was pretty freaking cool back in the day. Being tuned a whole full step down made them sound really heavy. nowadays guys are coming in and they're asking for their guitars to be tuned. I get guys wanting, you know, drop B tuning, you know, drop C tuning, drop A tuning. Yeah, I don't know how guitars even stay in tune in some of that modern music, because it's tuned so low. What's nice about this bridge is the string sits down in there and it goes almost a good 1/4 of an inch down in there. Where on a lot of, you know, Floyd Rose guitars, your string only drops down, you know, maybe 3/8 of an inch or so. But this bridge, the string goes down in there, so the saddle has a lot of string to grab onto. Because you guys know it's very annoying when your string comes flying up out of there. Oh, this one feels like it wants to do that. Okay, let's see. Oh! Okay, well, that's what happens sometimes. Let's take a good look at this. Let's figure out why our string doesn't want to fit in there. But you can see there's a lot that it grabbed onto, but it didn't grab on good. I'm going to trim the end off there. Okay. Come on, baby. There you go. Okay, see, that goes in there nice. Okay, it seems like that was fine. Snug it. It feels very snug. We're going to just try it again. Okay. Okay, so something's going on with us here now. Let me see if I can figure out exactly why the string isn't down in there nicely. Seeing if I spend too much time on this and it ends up being a 45-minute video, nobody's going to click on it. So I might have to cut a lot of this part out of the video. Because it's good to have long form videos, but then sometimes too long is too long. And guys will not click on it. There's my front door. The customer's coming in. That's going to give me a break. Okay, so it's tight. It went in there good. It feels like I have it this time. Okay, so I got the strings on it, and I think that B string's going to hold in there now. The E string went in good. I have it tuned up a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this eraser out of there now. Let's see if I can grab that baby. There it is. Okay. The bridge looks like it's in there nicely. Maybe the high side is a little bit lower than the low side here. But it seems like it's sitting in a good spot. Okay, let's throw it up here and just take a listen. .24 fret. You know, it feels pretty good. Let's take my whatever this thing is called. This is my notch straight edge. And let's see if we've got, well, we've got a little bit of string height there. Okay. Cut that part out, Bri, and start up here. Okay, so I'm going to take my notched straight edge, and this is a long scale guitar. We're going to set it right there and see if we have any relief in the neck, and yeah, it does. So I think I can tighten that down just a little bit. So down on this end, we have a really good little easy open truss rod cover. And let me find the perfect wrench that fits in there, because we are going to snug this truss rod a little bit. There we go. That felt good. That felt good. Let's go back and look at our neck now. Okay, just a little tiny bit. That's way better. I like what we did there. Good, we're going to leave it right there, and all we have to do is close that back up. And we've got a little truss rod adjustment, just that quick. Okay, this thing's all shined up. It comes with this case, and it's ready to go. Drop in the shop if you want to play this thing. Give me a call if you're anywhere in the continental USA and you want to shoot me an offer on this thing. And thank you guys for watching. Everybody have a great day. Remember what I always say, go buy a guitar. Hey guys, if you like that video and want to see another Restring video, click up here. If you want to see me interviewing a guy about their guitar, go ahead and click up here.